It is time for my weekly reading wrap up. I ended up reading 2.5 books. Well, reading 1.5 plus listening to one full audiobook. First up, we have The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. This is a reread for me, and I wanted to reread this one because I wanted to get to the rest of the books that are kind of like interconnected within this world, because I've only ever read this one and the second one after this, and I just wanted to get back into this world again because I did love this book the first time around, and I did also in fact love it the second time around. And while we are on the topic of rereads and living our favorite romantasy worlds, that's right, I did my reread of A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. And I'm going to tell you that this was just so cute the second time around, because I'm like, oh, Feyre, darling, there are things that you think you know that you don't even know. You think you're going to fall in love with old Tampon here, but little do you know. Getting to see Rhysand in this one and like all of the little things that he says and he does, and just the tiny minute things that I never would have picked up on the first time around, but now that I read it and I know what happens, and it's like a little inside joke between me and him that Feyre doesn't know about. Last book that I read this week was actually a audiobook called Writers and Lovers by Lily King. I don't know, it wasn't all that good, but someone told me that I should listen or read this one before I get to Heart the Lover by Lily King, which is a book that I just added to my collection, which I am going to be reading in the month of June, so that now I know the lore, so that when I head into Heart the Lovers, I have all the kind of background information that maybe some of y'all didn't know that you needed when you picked up that book. And I'm hoping that maybe once I get into Heart the Lover, I will feel differently about writers and lovers, but it was a little bit on the boring side. Overall, I had a great giggly time this week, and I cannot wait for the June TBR that I picked, so make sure you stay tuned for next week's wrap up, plus all the books that I have picked for my June TBR in one of my next videos.